Yeah. What up, what up, what up? Check 1 2, check 1 2. Just want to make sure y'all can hear me. Sidepad beat making. Let me know in the chat if y'all can hear me, if our audio and everything is all good. And we're gonna get started. Yeah. Exciting times. Got a budget Bluetooth Midi controller that runs on AA's, I want to say. So overall, it should be a pretty cool device if everything works out the way that I hope it will. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this device right here on screen. As you can see, it's the EMP-16. It is made by Avatar, I guess, and it says it's wireless MIDI, pads with bright RGB backlit, 4 assignable knobs, 4 assignable faders, OLED screen for feedback, note repeat, and full level. And I think there's 16 levels on it as well. Kind of like an MPC, which should be interesting. And they recommend using Cubases with it and Cubase, which is interesting. It's always good to see an iOS DAW get a shout on packaging. I see Nate in the building, Mean Gene in the building, High Style Productions in the building. What up, y'all? Just let me know if y'all can hear me. Levels is good. Music's not too loud, too low. Vocals is coming through all right. Just let me know. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start opening this, though, because I've been sitting here waiting to go live to open it. That's what I said I was going to do. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to get it, I'm going to open it live. And I didn't bring a knife or scissors to go on and cut this, so yeah, it should be interesting. Struggle about to be real. Real quick. All right. And this thing is tightly bundled right here. Put this somewhere. Let me turn the music down just a little bit. We see Hard on the Beat is in the building. Dante Cooper's in the building. What up, bro? All right, so we got it's a good little chord set here. These are useful for everyone, I think, at some point. It's kind of like one of these 1/8 of an inch or 3.5 millimeters to a MIDI. Always useful to have to hook things up, and you get 2 of those. So that is actually pretty cool, pretty thoughtful. Okay, it's got the regular USB-B to USB-A, like 2.0. So this device does not support USB-C natively, so you're gonna have to get like an adapter cable if you want to plug it straight into the iPad with no hub. And here we are with the device, and it's actually a little smaller than I expected, and that's a good thing, I think, for it. Okay, so it's definitely, you know what, is a comparison real quick. Bear with me for a minute, y'all. I'm gonna get the MPC Studio 2, so that way we can compare them side by side, because I think it's got that same type of form factor. It'd be a good comparison. One moment. All right, so here it is with the MPC Studio kind of next to it, so you can see it's a much different footprint. Let's call it like a 1/5 bigger, maybe. The MPC Studio 2. Obviously a lot more buttons on the MPC Studio 2 as well, so a lot more stuff going on with the touch strip and all the banking and all that. but obviously there's software specifically built for this, whereas this is designed to work with anything. Pads feel a little stiffer on the MPC than they do on this EMP-16. And all right, faders, I guess, you know, they are what they are. Not what I would be buying it for, but it's good to have them there at least. Looks like there's a whole lot on here though. There's looks like playhead control, which the MPC also has on it, but at the bottom right here. So I don't know which one I would like better. I guess it would just be getting used to it, but I'm gonna move the MPC out the frame now because it's not about the MPC right now. Just wanted to have that as a reference. All right, so here we are. We got the manual right here. It comes with the manual. Pretty nice looking manual too, honestly, for such a cheap device. This device was like, I don't know, like $60, $70 on Amazon, so not that expensive at all. But yeah, definitely good looking little manual. And let's see, how do we turn this thing on? Does it come with batteries in it? Of course not. So let's put some batteries in it. We're gonna put some batteries in it now. And now that we've got batteries in it, how do we turn this thing on? Oh, on off right there. That's how it powers up. All right, so as you see, we got the purple lights on display here, and I gotta figure out how to hook this thing up wirelessly. So we got the menu here. Okay, I guess you hit the wireless button. Hit the wireless button, and then let's see if it shows up on the iPad real quick. It does, so let me go to the iPad real quick. You can see it shows up instantly, which is pretty cool. High Style says, I'm a purple guy. You know what? I like purple too, actually. Purple ain't bad at all. It's a, you know, it's a royal color. You know, there's nothing wrong with purple. So, and it's popping a little bit harder than it looks on the screen right now. Hold on, let me go back to the screen real quick. Yes, the purple in person pops a little bit harder. Not that in a bright area you'd really be able to see it, but it is, I think if the room was dark, it's a vibe. So yeah, we got the device hooked up now. Let's see how it does with these pads. Oh, instantly easy, and everything's already assigned to C1. So we'll just go through and just map all these. Shout out to the Rodecaster Duo for letting me get some music on these lives now and being able to tie things together just a little bit better. If you are a content creator, man, I recommend the Rodecaster series, something serious. It's a real nice device. Another review for another time though. But yeah, let me now go ahead and map the transports and see. So play, let it map the play button. And I didn't build a picture-in-picture here, so I'll just go back and forth. So record, go ahead and map it to that one. And loop, we'll go ahead and map it to that one. And forward, map to that. Backward, we'll map to that. Let me go back to the BeatMaker 3 screen real quick. Let me see. It says how many banks. Looks like A, B, C, D. So it looks like you get 4 banks on this, which is pretty much akin to what you would get with the MPC. MPC's more though, because you got shift. So I don't know if this allows you to use shift to access more. Yeah, MPC, I think you get like 8. So MPC might be superior in that, but that wouldn't surprise me. But I really don't need more than 4 banks anyway in a kit, so not a big deal for me. But let's see here, everything is mapped. And let's go ahead and kill the music for a second. Let's see. Do I have the iPad hooked up right now? Let me find out. See, make sure. Check, check, check. Okay, so as you can see, you can hear it on the screen right now. But when I'm pressing the pad, ooh, it requires a lot of press. So we're gonna have to change these settings. That's way too much. Okay. Let's see. Is there a way to globally change these things? Trying to go through the menu right now and just see. Yeah, I probably should have set this up in advance, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the native settings. Let me go full level real quick. Yeah, full level. That's better, but I don't know if y'all can hear the triggering in BeatMaker 3 right now. And then let's see, 16 level. Ooh, the 16 level works good. Okay, okay. I like the 16 level for sure. Now that's cool. So it basically takes the single pad in BeatMaker 3 and it plays it. Where's the low velocity thing at? Plays it at all the different velocities on the 16 levels. That's really thoughtful. I like that. Super cool. Now that's probably what I felt is the most authentic kind of MPC vibe I've seen on a controller yet. How do you change pages? Turn 16 level off. Yeah, you just go to the different banks. The banks appear to just kind of play them chromatically when you go to the different banks, but I don't know if that's because they need to be assigned in BeatMaker 3. Let me go to the menu of BeatMaker 3 real quick and try to assign the rest of these pads. Okay, I have to go with the 64 pad layout, and I don't want to do that, but you know what? Just to see what happens real quick, let's go ahead and set it up. Let's go to Bank B. Make sure y'all can see I'm on Bank B right now. Let me go back, and then, yeah, okay, so it continues going up. Yeah, so everything keeps going up. And yeah, so go to 64 pads. Yeah, so as you can see, Bank B, it's going to keep on going up the different pads. And then, yeah, so you can have a 64 pad layout with the banks, which is really cool. Go back to A real quick. I wish, and this is not the controller's fault, but I wish that the controller was able to reflect the colors of the BeatMaker 3 pads like you get on the MPC, but that's something that's bi-directional. That would definitely have to come from the BeatMaker 3 side, transmitting, that information or whatever. But still pretty cool. Let me change this back to 16 pads. Let me see real quick. Now your menu, that's probably where you'll find pressure sensitivity. Yeah, I need to go ahead and search in there real quick. Try to find this pressure sensitivity because the way it's working right now is not going to work. And this is only, you have to do this for every pad, I'm wondering. That would be crazy if you had to go through and change each individual pad. The curve, let's see. Soft. Okay, so you got to change this for each pad individually. So I guess I'll go through and change them all to soft. I don't know if y'all can see the words on here, but I'm changing them to soft. Normal takes way too much when I change it to soft. Much more cooperative. Change all these to soft real quick. All right, it's not so bad once it's on soft, but yeah, this isn't gonna give you that MPC kind of vibe where you can, yeah, it takes a lot. Like the machine is probably right there perfectly in the middle where you don't have to press too hard at all, and it's a smooth pad. This is not that. This is gonna require a little bit more, so I'll usually probably be playing these at full level for the most part. I might do a little boom bap stuff here and there, but that ain't really my genre anyway. For a boom bap person, I think this is cool to try out, check out, see what you think. But yeah. I don't know I don't know that I would be buying it specifically for that, especially when you can get like an MPC studio and stuff like that for not that much more. But it's definitely a nice controller. The fact that it is completely wireless is worth the price of admission alone. As you can see, I'm triggering all this BeatMaker 3 stuff without actually having anything connected, which is beautiful. And it runs off AA's, so if you got rechargeable AA's, I'm guessing you could put those in there and keep charging them up and just be good. But yeah, let me know if y'all got any questions about this. Let's get about the menu. Nah, the menu, that's probably you find pressure sensitive. Yep, we found the pressure sensitivity. Did the chat freeze up? What up, El Maze? How you feeling? Y'all got any questions about this, let me know. All right, so this is the note repeat right now. Let me see if the note repeat is in sync, though. I doubt it. Turn this off real quick. No, it's not in sync. Of course it wouldn't be. But just had to see real quick. May says they also have dummy AA's that you can plug into a power bank. Yes, they do. So that's a good idea also if you want to have the not have to be tethered to them AA batteries all the time. Plug them joints into a power bank and you will be smooth. Han says, yeah, yes. What up, bro? How you feeling? Yeah, so I'm gonna have to try to work with this syncing thing and see how that works. I also not feeling these buttons latching like they are. So let me go to the menu real quick. How do I go through here? And I just want to make sure that I want the buttons. Yeah, trigger mode, not toggle. Wait. Yeah, just momentary. over here starting BeatMaker 3. Let me stop that momentary. That way they should only light up when they're pressed, not hold, which is cool. May says check to see if there is a MIDI clock option in the in the menu to sync it with BeatMaker 3. Good idea. Let's see here. Note repeat maybe. Note where in the menu can I find it? Shift. Yeah, I'm not able to see. I'm gonna have to probably read the menu for once in my life. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, so I do not know how to get the syncing in place. I'll try to figure that out later. Um, what's also cool is this has a step sequencer, I guess. So, but not something that I would be using at all. But yeah, what y'all think? Let me know. Let me know. Any more questions? Anything that you think I should try? See, shift plus note repeat. Let's get about the menu real quick. Okay, so here's where you can kind of go in and see what the BPM of it would be and the gate and all that kind of stuff. But without it actually being in sync, it really doesn't do no good. So I would stick with BeatMaker 3's note repeat in that circumstance. But the 16 level is real cool on this. I like the 16 level a lot. I think that's the real win here. But yeah, pretty cool MIDI controller. I'll try to get a link that I'll post in the description after this live is over. But let me know if y'all got any questions before I get up out of here. I definitely think for the price, I don't know if there's anything really competing with this at this price. Just know that it's a budget controller. So, you know, it's not going to have all that, the bells and whistles of a scripted controller. But if you can get past that, I think it's pretty dope. Very dope for an iPad producer, no question. Probably one of the best options as of late that you could get. It's got transport control, which is great. It's got all kinds of customizability that you can have with the pads. It's got the faders if you're into those. It's got the knobs. It's got 16 levels. It's got 4 banks. It's got full level, which is how I'll usually be rocking it probably. And yeah, it's got a whole bunch of other stuff on there too, like step sequencer, note repeat, and some other stuff that I haven't even dove into yet. And I think it is about like $70 or something like that. And then I believe there's like a 20% off, 15% off coupon that's available right now. I don't know if that's for everyone everywhere, but that's what I saw on it. And yeah, it just looks like a really cool device. The Bluetooth, unlike the MIDI keyboard that I had, the M-Wave, the Bluetooth is way more cooperative. It seems a lot more, how do I say it? Stable. There we go. Seems more stable than the other one. But yeah, I really like this a lot. Pads feel not the most premium pads in the world, but I think they are more than enough to use with BeatMaker 3. Koala U16 levels, I think, compensates a lot for the lack of responsiveness on the pads. And really, that's the kind of thing that like real drummers usually would be worried about, or you know, real finger drummers. I wouldn't consider myself a real finger drummer. I make beats, but you know, there's a whole art and science to the finger drumming world they would be probably hypersensitive to something like this, and maybe 16 level could offset that a little bit, but they have their own niches, you know, and their own requirements for what it is they do. They might want to stick to the premium stuff, such as the machine or the MPC. But for most normal people who aren't specialists, man, I think this thing is dope. And as you can see, we have not used a cable with this thing yet. And that is how I would intend to use this with an iPad. If I don't want to use a corded device with an iPad anymore. It is not the vibe being corded with an iPad. Yeah, Hans in the comments says definitely not for finger drummers. Definitely not for finger drummers. 100%. If you need your responsiveness and all that on a finger drumming type of level, and nah, don't even bother. Just let the dream go. Unless you cool with like using like full level or the 16 level method, and you're not gonna be hypersensitive about all that kind of nuance, you know, then it's cool. But definitely a budget device, but it's a really good value budget device that I think will probably accommodate like 90% of users, especially iPad users out there, you know, no question. And I guess you just got to pick what means more to you. Does the better pads mean more to you, or does having the technology mean more to you with the Bluetooth and the other features and the transport and all that stuff built into this, and for the price? And for the price. Like, I would prefer something like this versus say like a $300 or $400, you know, Bluetooth MPC studio or something like that. You know, I like this price. It doesn't, you know, you can take it out with you. It's meant to be portable, and it's not so expensive where it's a heartbreaker if something happens to it while you're out. So yeah, pretty cool device for sure. This is the EMP-16 by Avatar. And these graphics representing all these different light pads are cool, but just know that it's probably not really going to be like that for you unless you have some kind of script that can talk to it and tell it what's going on the light side. So, yeah. What do you want a size comparison to, L Maze? I compared it to the MPC Studio earlier. Would you like me to do that again? Would you like me to compare something else? Let me know. Let me know. So here we go. For instance, this is the iPad. Let me switch order of these real quick. It's the iPad 11-inch right here, Pro. And as you can see, it's just barely bigger. I think the camera's being a little deceptive right now because it really ain't as big a difference as it's showing on camera, maybe because the angle of the camera or something. But they're almost a perfect footprint with each other. Pretty trippy, actually. It's almost like this is the size that we're going for exactly. It's almost identical. It's very close. And in terms of the width, with this case on. So yeah, not too bad in my opinion. And then I'll turn them sideways real quick so you can just see them side by side that way, since that'll fit onto the screen hopefully. So yeah. And then, you know, we'll go ahead and that MPC Studio in there. You know, you can't even fit that at all on the screen. So yeah, MPC Studio is just, it's a petite device for what it is, but it's not anywhere near as small as the iPad or this device right here. So yeah. And for those of you wondering what I'm speaking through right now, I'm talking through these Audio Technica little new broadcast headphones they came with that I think they're like the M50X STS or something like that. Highly recommend those for doing live streams and stuff. I think the sound quality and the vocals coming out pretty cool. Just a FYI for those of you who want to do some streaming. But yeah, so that's the size comparison. Do I prefer this over the Launchpad? Different purposes. There's things with the Launchpad that kind of irk me, but there's also things with the Launchpad that I like. I think if you're going to be playing, let me actually, you know what, give me a minute. Let me get the Launchpad real quick. We'll compare the size of those also. Hold on. Yeah, so Launchpad is just taking over on the size department, as you can see. The Launchpad is going to be better for like playing melodies, chords, harmonies, things like that. No question. If you want to like play full compositions, kind of like you would on an Ableton Push or something like that, yeah, get the Launchpad for sure. But for drumming, I'm not the biggest fan of the Launchpad, and honestly, on iPad, I'm really not using it too much anyways. I kind of just feel like a lot of the touchscreen on the iPad does what I wanted the Launchpad to do a little bit better anyway, such as scales and things like that. So I found myself not really using this too much, even though I really like to. There's just too much wasted buttons and stuff like that on this, so I really don't get a chance to use it too much. And then the custom modes disable the side buttons, which it just kills a lot of what I would think would be a dope workflow with the Launchpad. I wish Novation would change that so that when you're in a custom mode, you still get all these side buttons that could work with your DAW, because you take all that time configuring them, and then when you go to a custom mode to do like finger drumming, all of a sudden none of the side buttons work. So maybe in an update or something like that, they'll hook that up. But yeah, don't really use this too much these days. So yeah, go ahead and move that real quick. Can you use it for Koala? He says you can send it to me and I'll make use of it. Let me see real quick. Let me see what's up with Koala real fast. Hold on. Let me turn BeatMaker 3 off. Hold on real quick, y'all. Let me know if y'all got any more questions though. Says I didn't keep my Pro Mark III, stuck with the X. Yeah, the X was probably a better move anyway, and on top of that, it's got QWERTY keyboard shortcuts now that you could go ahead and use with it. So I think that's super beneficial, especially for an app with an app like Logic. You can just use a keyboard shortcuts, whereas you can't do that on the Mark III for some reason, unless they changed that. They hadn't updated it with QWERTY keyboard ability. So hold on, here it is with Koala, as you can see. So I'll go ahead and I'll just map it to banks C and D. That way I don't have to interfere with none of the BeatMaker 3 stuff. Yep, works with Koala, no problem. Wait, what am I triggering? Am I triggering BeatMaker 3? Let me turn BeatMaker 3 off real quick. Go ahead and save this profile. 16. All right, so I'm back in Koala now, and I'm gonna go ahead and assign these. And I don't even know what I've got queued up on here, some sample of or something. Yeah, so definitely works, as you can see. But not doing a Koala session right now, so I don't want to go too crazy into it. But yeah, it definitely works for sure. And 16 levels and stuff should work in that also, because that just is the same note but changes the velocity of whatever you have selected, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so Koala users, y'all are in business. It works no problem. Let me go ahead and just map the transports real quick. So stop mapping. So there you go. Works no problem. But you do need to go ahead and change the nature of this button real quick. So let me change that. So yeah, on this, with Koala, you got to change it to toggle. Yeah, change it to toggle with Koala, and then you're good. But yeah, Avatar, EMP-16, MIDI pad, Bluetooth, wireless, MIDI controller, takes AA batteries. Let me get that back on the screen real quick. A lot of potential in this thing. Great budget device. I don't think you can beat it for the price. I don't think we've really had anything like this in some years. The last thing that I can remember that was like a 4x4 wireless pad controller would have been something like the Sensal Morph. So, and at this point, they've been discontinued a couple years, and then they came out probably 5 years ago or so. So, real nice to have some Bluetooth MIDI drum pads back in the mix. I hope to see this from more manufacturers, big and small. But yeah, can't beat it for the price. Less than $80, probably less than $70 with a coupon. But yeah, y'all got any more questions? Let me know. If not, gonna get up out of here. El May says he still got his morph. Yeah, man. I still got mine too. I'm paranoid to use it too much. I don't want nothing to happen to it, you know? You just can't, you can't never buy another one. You can't get none of the overlays for it anymore. Something happened to it, it's just bad news. But yeah, I'll just give y'all a few moments. Y'all got any more questions? Let me know. Okay, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up. I think that'll do it. Gonna get up out of here. Be sure to check it out. The Avatar EMP-16 Midi pad wireless controller. No, this review wasn't paid, sponsored, none of that. I just saw it on Amazon. Hans put me up on it. I was like, man, we gotta check that out. So it's a beautiful looking little device, man. You can't beat it for the price, man. And yeah, Koala users, BeatMaker 3 users, I think this is gonna be all jam. So check that out.